The Cavs entered Tuesday's matchup sitting atop the East at 15-0, only the fourth team in league history to start a season that well or better. They stared down at Boston in second place, who already had 3 more losses than the undefeated Cavs. However, the reigning champs would not go down the same way as Cleveland's first 15 opponents. It had been a statement to start the year, showing the league that it wasn't just Boston's conference to own. The Celtics represented the Cavs' biggest challenge yet, and on Tuesday, they weren't up to it. Boston took them down by a score of 120-117, handing them their first loss of the year. Jayson Tatum continued his MVP campaign, finishing with 33 points, 12 rebounds, and 7 assists. The absences of Isaac Okoro, Strus and Dean Wade were felt, as no one stood a chance at stopping Tatum. On the other end, though, Boston's defense stepped up big, holding Cavs star point guard Darius Garland to just 8 points on atrocious 3 of 21 shooting, tying the most missed shots in a game for his career. Jrue Holiday and Derrick were too much for DG to handle, and it showed. Despite the Cavs having 2 elite big men in Evan Mobley and Jarrett, the Celtics showed they could fight with the big dogs even in the absence of starting center Kristaps Porzingis to start this season. Even at 38 years old, Al Horford stepped up big, logging 20 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 blocks, while making 4 of his 5 3-point attempts. It was 6 players in double figures for the C's, including each starter and 6-man Payton Pritchard. Boston put up one of the most statistically dominant seasons in league history last year, with a historic offense and great defenders at every position. But with early season losses to the Pacers and the Trae Young-less Hawks, some had begun to doubt if it was the same team we saw win the title last season. But I promise you, this team is just as talented as they were last year, and this Cavs win shows that. The Celtics just reminded everyone who they are. Now, let's take a deeper look. Before we get more into the Celtics proving they're still atop the NBA, if you enjoy my content and watch a few videos of mine, think about subscribing. 96% of my viewers are actually not subscribed, so if you watched me before and enjoy the content, drop a sub and comment down below. It really helps the channel. The NBA's undefeated squad clashed with the reigning champs on Tuesday night. Something had to give, and it wasn't the champs. In the most anticipated showdown of the early season, the Boston Celtics handed the Cleveland Cavaliers their first loss, snapping a 15-0 start with a thrilling 120-117 victory in Boston. The Celtics dominated the first half and withstood a fierce Cavs comeback to seal the win. Boston jumped out to a commanding 65-48 halftime lead, neutralizing Cleveland's top-ranked offense and 3-point shooting, while hitting an impressive 14 of 22 from deep themselves. They extended their advantage to 79-58 early in the third quarter, seemingly on the verge of a rout. However, Cleveland stormed back with a 30-11 run, led by Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley, slicing the deficit to just 2 points at 90-88 late in the third. But Jayson Tatum responded with a buzzer-beating 3-pointer to push Boston's lead back to 5 heading into the fourth. Cleveland kept the pressure on throughout the fourth quarter, repeatedly cutting Boston's lead to 2 points. But the Celtics answered every challenge, never surrendering the advantage. Jayson Tatum led the way with a stellar performance, tallying 33 points, 12 rebounds, 7 assists, and 2 steals. He was one of 6 Celtics to connect on multiple 3-pointers, going 6 of 10 from downtown. All 5 Boston starters scored in double figures, as the team shot an impressive 51% from the field and 54% from beyond the arc, finishing 22 of 41 from long range. Donovan Mitchell spearheaded Cleveland's comeback attempt, finishing with a game-high 35 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists. Evan Mobley contributed 22 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 block, and a steal. However, Darius Garland struggled, shooting just 3 of 21 from the field and missing all 6 of his 3-point attempts in an 8-point, 7-assist outing. The Cavs, who entered the game as the league's top three-point shooting team at nearly 42%, couldn't find their rhythm from deep. They finished just 10 of 29, well below their season average. For the Celtics, it was a statement victory and a chance to reassert their dominance. The win not only preserved Boston's home court reputation, but also kept them alive in the NBA Cup, avoiding an 0-2 start in group play after a loss to Atlanta last week. For Cleveland, the end of their historic 15-0 run tied them with the 94 Houston Rockets and 1949 Washington Capitals for the second best start in NBA history, behind Golden State's 24-0 record in 2016. Now, at 15-1, the Cavs face a reset. The chase for perfection is over, and the added pressure of maintaining an unbeaten record is gone. There's no shame in losing to Boston at TD Garden. The Celtics' lethal three-point shooting has tripped up many elite teams on their home court. Cleveland will now regroup, with 4 games against the Pelicans, Raptors, and Hawks before their next meeting with Boston at home on December 1st. In handing Cleveland their first loss, the Boston Celtics reminded the league why they are still the team to beat. The reigning champs silenced doubts about their early season stumbles with a commanding performance that showcased their depth, resilience, and star power. From Jayson Tatum's MVP-level dominance to Al Horford's ageless impact, the Celtics proved they're more than capable of defending their title. For the Cavs, the loss is a chance to regroup and refocus after an incredible start, reaffirming their place among the league's elite. But Tuesday night was a reminder. The road to the NBA crown still runs through Boston, and the Celtics aren't giving it up without a fight. Thanks for watching. I'm Herm. Have a good one.